Hi everybody, so in this video we are on page 70, I think, of your notebook. Let me make sure of that. No, 69, the bottom of page 69. So this section is all about relationships. So in nature or on Earth, there are a ton of different relationships that happen between organisms. And these are organisms of different species. And we have names for these specific relationships. So we're going to go through them one by one and talk about each one. So the first one is predation. You guys have all heard of predator-prey, right? If I'm the predator and you're the prey, I am hunting you. So that's what predation means. So if you think about the outcome of predation, if we look at our example, the lion and the gazelle, one organism dies, that would be the gazelle, another gets food. So when we talk about a predation relationship, this is a relationship, even though it's not a good one for the gazelle, it's either way, it's considered a relationship. One organism dies, another one gets food, and that is predation. Parasitism. One organism benefits, another organism is harmed. So in our example, we have fleas on a dog. Another good example is mosquito bites. One organism benefits. So if we talk about a mosquito bite and a human, the organism that benefits is definitely the mosquito, because he just had a whole meal of your blood, and the other organism is harmed. So when you get a mosquito bite, you don't die from it, right? But it does harm you. You have this bump, it itches, it's irritating, so it is harmful, but it doesn't cause death. The same thing with fleas on a dog. So fleas do kind of what mosquitoes do. They suck blood. So when your dog has fleas, it is a parasite. The dog doesn't die from it, but it is harmed. Next, we're going to talk about commensalism. Commensalism is when one organism benefits from the relationship and the other is neither harmed nor helped. Okay, so it's just kind of like, meh, I'm unaffected by that. And we are going to talk about the shark and the remora fish. So I know most of you have probably watched Shark Week. If you haven't, you've seen sharks on TV or Netflix or whatever. And sometimes when you see sharks swimming, there's usually like these little fish that are swimming with them, like right underneath their belly. And those are remora fish. And what the remora fish do is it's like when the shark has a meal, the remora fish will eat like the little bits and pieces that the shark doesn't eat, but that are like created when the shark is eating the tuna fish or whatever the shark's meal is. So the remora get to eat the scraps. So in that relationship, the shark is not harmed. He's not helped by that relationship. He's just kind of like, meh, I have these little fish swimming next to me. They aren't hurting me, but they aren't helping me either. And then on the other hand, we have one organism that benefits. So that remora fish is getting a free meal without having to hunt. That remora fish is also getting a lot of protection. It's almost using the shark like a bodyguard, because whatever preys on the remora fish is going to stay away from it if it sees it's hanging out with a shark. So the remora fish kind of has two benefits to that relationship. But nonetheless, commensalism is when one organism benefits, so in this case it's our remora fish, the other is neither harmed nor helped, and that's the shark in this case. So the next one is mutualism. Mutualism is where both organisms benefit. Everybody's happy in a mutualistic relationship. So in this example, we are going to look at a flower and a bee. So the bee is attracted to the flower for the nectar, right? So the bee feeds off that nectar. But while the bee is there having his amazing nectar meal, he also is picking up all the pollen from the flower. And as he moves around the flower trying to get all his little nectar, he's fertilizing the flower as he does that. So he's pollinating, which is another way to say fertilization for a flower. He's pollinating that flower as he goes. So both organisms benefit here, right? The flower is having a free pollinator. The bee is getting a meal. So this relationship is beneficial to both of the organisms. So mutualism, both are happy. The last one is competition. We know what that word means. We've seen competition. We've probably been in a competition. Maybe that's sports, or that's band, or that's on Minecraft, or whatever it is, or Fortnite. But in this relationship, there are both organisms are competing for a resource. So in my example, I have a snake and an owl, and they both prey on the same thing. So they both prey on mice, for their food. So their relationship is, they're competing for each other for resources. And if the snake doesn't get the meal today, then the owl is harmed. If the owl doesn't get the owl gets the mice today, then the snake is harmed. So since they're competing, one of them is going to be harmed at some point in time. So I hope that helped, guys. Have a good day.